beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, no, nothing can break me.
I know you're gonna dig this.
Hey guys, so we're at the Shippers. I love this place because it has a dock where even though we have barn doors, we can pull directly up to it and we can unlock it from inside, and they have this platform that comes down and it can load directly from there, which is awesome. So we just got loaded, already pulled the wheel chocks, which is nice because here, let me, it has the handles on it, so when it's in front like this, you can actually see it, especially in your rear view, because some people tend to miss that. Sorry it's really loud. Right beside the TCU, that was a really close up, right beside the TCU unit, but we're about ready to head it out. It was only 50 pounds. It was one pallet, and it was on a tiny itty bitty pallet. Never seen a skid that size. So it was only 50 pounds. Which is awesome. We still put the landing gear down because we had one time where the guy said that he didn't need the landing gear down because he was just going to do a pallet jack, and then I don't know if somebody else decided to load or whatnot, but somebody went on there, like, so we had to like stop them real quick. So we always put it down no matter what, even if they say they're going to use a pallet jack. So we're in Indiana right now. We are heading to Wisconsin. The weather is not very pleasant. We have like an ice, was it ice effect until noon or something like that? Or
some kind of
warning
until noon here.
Yeah, so we're switching right now, so Derek will be starting us off, so we'll see how that goes.
Turn left at the traffic light.
Feel the camera feels like it's on.
What?
Amigos. What's that?
Oh, him spraying pallet everywhere, you know. Aren't you? So even though everything looked clear, it's definitely a good idea to go ahead and check the weather in your area. So the weather looked nice, the sun was out and everything like that. It didn't look like there was anything really, you know, coming down and stuff, but it was very slick on the roads. And there was actually an accident that Derek passed, and it looked pretty bad. And of course he had his hazards on, which is a very good idea to put your four-ways on. Whenever you're coming up to, you know, an accident, or you can see that traffic is slowed down up ahead, you want to automatically put your four-ways on, so then that way people behind you know that you're slowing down and that something's up. So even if you're a regular car, you don't have to be a semi to do it, or, you know, a big truck or anything like that. But it helps people prepare to start slowing down ahead of time. So he went very slowly through there and everything like that. So we don't know what happened or anything like that, but inclement weather means to slow down. And sadly, there's a lot of people who don't do it. But there was a bunch of snow and everything like that, being Wisconsin in the winter and everything like that. But
it seemed like the worst of it was in Indiana, around Indianapolis and the Bloomington area. There's a lot of sleet when we first started out, but as we went going, it just more or less was salted down roads, and the weather wasn't as bad up north.
Yeah, and sometimes depending on what time we change shifts, and you know who's going to drive and stuff like that, we have to kind of worry about where we're going to park, how far away, do we have to leave like with enough time, and all that stuff. And so we've actually been at this shipper before, and there's no gate there, and you can always put the address into your phone, look on Google Maps, and put it on the satellite image, so then that way it shows, you can tell if there's a gate or not. So we've been to this place before. It has like a really long driveway and everything like that, and there would be a part past the docks that we would like to park, but there's actually construction, and even the last time we were there, which was like so long ago, it was still construction, so that's taken a long time. But we didn't park at the docks just because I think they only have 2 docks, and they already had one trailer that was already parked there. So we did park off to the side, and it was kind of nice because for two reasons, well, three. Number one, we could park there overnight. Number two, since they're an hour behind, say we have like an 8 a.m. Drop off time, that really means 9 a.m. for us, and then Derek can sleep longer because that's during my shift, and we'll be parked there. And then the third thing, which was I thought that they were open at like 8:30 or something like that, and they actually came to the truck like at 8 or something like that, like a half hour before we were supposed to offload and stuff. So that actually gave us enough time to offload and head out and start off. So that was very nice. And those people, I remember them from last time, and they were a lot of fun last time we were there too.
Yeah, it's always nice to work with friendly shippers or people that unload you. It just makes the job a lot nicer, more pleasant, to deal with life and make everything easier. Since we only got us in the truck, we don't have like a bunch of co-workers to, joke around with or interact with. So it's nice when you got friendly people that's loading you or unloading you.
Other people you can talk to other than your co-driver and your cats.
And it helps you, give you something to look forward to interact with some nice people.
Yeah.
And sometimes we even try to favor those kind of places just because it makes life easier when you deal with nice people.
Yeah.
And I do want to say in this trip, we're able to get diesel for $3.79 per gallon after our fuel discount in Wisconsin. I can't remember the town, but I want to say it was Janesville at a TA. I don't remember, but it was something like that. But the truck stayed on the road. It's still running, so that's a plus. It's a good day. It made money, and we're still doing the thing. Paying the bills.
Doing the thing.
Paying the bills. And the cats are still alive. They want to kill each other sometimes, but they're still alive. That's good.
They're just fighting right now. I don't know if you guys hear or not.
But we also went to Minnesota on this trip.
Yeah, we went to Minnesota, which was good. Oh, by the way,
where did we pick up? Did we pick up at Idaho?
We went back to Indianapolis. Sorry.
Indiana?
We went back to Indiana.
Okay, we went back to India, somewhere.
And it was actually a place that we picked up, numerous times before. And it was kind of funny because we haven't been there in like months, like almost a year, I think.
I don't even know.
And when I went in there, the one person was like, "Oh yeah, you haven't been here in a while." I'm like, I was kind of like, wow, that
they remember that.
Yeah, they recognize and stuff. But very nice there, and it was nice because not too far from there we had a place that we could park, so literally down the road from it, so that was awesome. But quick pickup, we drove. I think we switched. Did I start out or you start out?
I couldn't.
I can't remember.
Every day's the same.
But Derek did most of the miles, and so he ended up getting us there again. So when Derek was sleeping, I actually was up front and stuff, and it was so cold in the morning. It was freezing. Okay guys, the truck is still running. We just unloaded. Well, I just unloaded. Couldn't get the key in because it was too cold. I think it's like, it was -4 last time I checked, but I think it's actually, no, it's -8 right now. So we're gonna definitely make sure before the next load that we keep some, I think it's WD-40 behind the seat, like at the bottom, so you can open the door and just grab it, and that helps with keys and stuff. We also have that Houdini key, I think is what it's called. But yeah, that was a real pain in the butt because my hands were like frozen. I did get, I got these that you can wear underneath like your work gloves, and they kind of help, but like your fingers are still freezing. But we offloaded and we have to wait a little bit because our shield still needs to defrost and stuff, but they don't have any trucks that are using this. They have another lane right beside us, but that's for vans, and there's been several. But so hopefully they're okay with us, waiting here for a second. So it was only 50 pounds, so literally I asked him if he could let me in to unload it, and he said yeah, and so I, got it open, backed it up, then went, and he let me in, and he's standing there and the door's closed and everything, and I'm like, can you open it? And he points, and he had already offloaded it, like from the time it took me to back it up or to walk in. He already took it off and everything, which he was very fast because it was strapped down and everything, so he had to take it off the straps and all that. But anyways, we're done, so right now we're just waiting a little bit before we can head out. Derek actually got some footage of when I was driving, and it was the clouds were absolutely beautiful. He got a really good shot of of just the sky, and that was I think that was when we were actually still in Minnesota. It could have been right when we got into Wisconsin. I can't remember.
It was Minnesota because it wasn't long after you started driving, and it was around the Minneapolis area, I want to say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But it was absolutely beautiful. So it's kind of nice seeing those kind of sights while you're driving, while you're working. Just something nice to look at and everything, especially if the sun's not in your eye and you can still enjoy those things. But the roads were clear. There was a lot of snow, and you know, as long as the roads are clear, then I'm okay with it being really cold because of the snow and everything like that. That's not the big deal. It's just like when it becomes unsafe, you know, if there's anything on the road and then you have to worry about other people being slower, as they should be, you know.
Just seems like we've been dealing with like a year of wind. Like, just seems like constant wind, one state or another, or a bunch of them all together. It just seems like, dang. It's hard to save on fuel like that, then it's really cold. Can't wait for it to get warm outside. And
Derek would say that anyways, though, because he absolutely hates anything that's other than summer. Right, Derek?
well, if it's not windy and it's warmer outside, you'll get better fuel mileage. This truck will do about a mile per gallon better. So that would save a lot of money. Just that alone will save a lot of money. And with these high fuel prices, that would help, because we estimate that if the fuel would have been around the 2019 fuel prices with the same freight, you know, we make the same amount of money freight wise, that we probably would have made $30,000 more. So that's how much more we think we're spending in fuel right now, because we're doing over 100,000 miles a year, and these trucks, you know, they get about 8 to 10 miles per gallon. Just depends on how you're driving it and whatnot. But this truck, how we're driving it year round, we're averaging about slightly over 9 miles per gallon, and that includes the APU and the reefer unit, because they all run off of diesel, and it goes to the same fuel tank, so we can't just figure out what the truck does miles per gallon. Sure, it says on the gauges, but you know, those aren't always as accurate as doing the math magicians from a notepad, paper, and calculator or whatever, just writing down the miles and figuring out the gallons with it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what we got going on. Guys, thank you so much for riding along with us. We appreciate it. And if it wasn't for Hyfield, we might not be putting out these videos as much, because these videos are really time consuming, and they're nice enough to sponsor the channel. So we really do appreciate them, because it makes it worthwhile putting in effort, because it takes hours and hours of filming, editing, and you know, just trying to provide you with content that shows our journey. But you know, we really appreciate Hyfield. Thank them.
Yeah.
And if you're interested in driving, look them up. Check them out.
Huh?
If you're interested in doing what we do and driving one of these trucks for a living, reach out to Hyfield Trucking at the link and phone number in the video description. Let them know Truck and Travel sent you. Come on.